Righto, on to question 7A. So now that you've completed your market research plan in question 6, you'll need to send the draft to the CEO to review. So you've got a template here, so you're to write an email to the CEO asking for feedback on your market research plan. So you need to put in the CEO's email address up here. So remember, you've named the CEO at the top. So just make sure you're keeping that consistent. And then you might also CC in your marketing team as well. And then you just need to write an email saying, "Dear, whatever your CEO's name is, please find attached the market research draft. And then if you have any concerns, could you please give me a call on this, or please reply to this email, and I'll be sure to make those changes as soon as possible." Something like that. And then sign off, and it's your name, and you're the head of marketing of your department store. So make sure that you call the department store whatever you called it up in the scenario. And that's it for 7A, nice and easy. Then 7B, the CEO has reviewed the market research plan that you did in, they've reviewed your market research plan, and the communication strategy wasn't detailed enough for their liking. So this is what they've gotten back to you with from your email above. So you just need to make it more detailed. So in the communication matrix here, you need to put in 3 stakeholders, what kind of information they'd need, how often, what format, and then who sends it. So all of these are going to be you, the head of marketing for the owner. And then the 3 stakeholders you put in, you should get this from 1A. So you would have put at least 3 stakeholders in 1A, so just put them down here. Most of them are going to get a project status update, but it might be in varying frequency. So maybe like the CEO, the finance department, and the HR department, they might just need to get updates monthly. But the marketing department, because they're your team, you're probably sending them emails all the time with updates, and you're probably also having meetings as well. So that would be the main things for those ones. So if you want to pause the video and just type those things in, it's as simple as that. And just use this example here as a guide. Then we've got question 7C. So after your initial planning and communication, the CEO has indicated that they may need to see the results of your research by the next board meeting, which is in 10 days. So if this were to happen, how would this affect your market research plan? So originally you had 4 months to do this market research, and now they're cutting it down to 10 days. So it went from 120 days to 10 days. So you just need to say here how this would affect your market research plan. So you could split it up into different levels. So obviously the time, you could comment on how that's a lot shorter now and what that means. The other thing that you could do is what that effect that would have on your human resources. So remember, at the moment you have a team of 8 people in the marketing department helping you out. But if you had to get the work done in 10 days instead of 120 days, you might need a lot more people to help you. The other people that you might need, sorry, not other people, the other thing that you might need is you might need to allocate your budget differently to what you put in your market research plan. So you've got $100,000, but if you're having to have more human resources in to help you get the work done, then maybe more of that will have to go into labor and paying lots and lots of wages. And then the last one is technology. So we are doing like a survey, and we might do one online survey and then also a paper copy. But maybe if we only have 10 days, we can only do the online survey because we don't have time to print all the surveys out, etc. So then we might just have to do the online survey for this. And I guess there's this could actually impact the quality of the market research plan too. So you can also comment on the quality. So if you're not having enough time to develop the survey questions, then they might not give us the exact result we wanted to. So that's all you need to write for 7C. You can split it up into these things and just say how it's each of those will affect the market research plan. Okay, down to question 8. So your market research plan has been approved by the CEO, and he doesn't need, or they don't need, the results in 10 days after all. So that's a big relief. So we're still on the 4-month time frame. Now in the table below, we're talking about the different data types we're just describing the data type, what information do you need from the data, and what disadvantages could this method present you. So I've already got these in here for you, so you can just pause the video and have a look. So if you did this on Blackboard for Careers Australia, this would have all been provided for you. So there's a few different things. So there's industry-specific data, so that was the example there. We've got formal and informal comments, customer feedback, staff feedback, and government statistics. So these are all different data types we could use in our research. The next column is whether it's internal or external, primary, secondary, or qualitative or quantitative. That says quantities. That's so bad. That should say quantitative. So if it's internal and primary, that means that you're doing it in-house. So like customer feedback, formal, informal comments, and staff feedback, you're getting that all within the business. But external would be government statistics, because the government would be doing the research, and same with industry-specific data. So someone else has done the research, so it's external and secondary. Then if it's actual like numbers, that's quantitative. But if it's more like people's opinion, that's qualitative. Then over here, we've got what information do you need from this data. So like formal and informal comments and customer feedback, you'd want to get specific comments and suggestions for improvements. And they could also form the foundation of your survey questions as well. Staff feedback, you'd be getting general opinions based on their observations, and they have like exposure to customers all of the time. So they might have some insight into what the customers think and what they want. And then we've got the government statistics. So because the government have done this, you know that it's going to be reliable, and they've got their information from valid sources. And the government information is free as well. So it's not costing you anything to find this data. And so much of the hard work has been done for you. Same with industry-specific data. It tells us what the trends are at the moment. So growth or decline. So is the industry expanding at the moment? And you know, what kind of consumer information is out there. So there's one called IBIS World. That's really good for this kind of thing. So you could just like type in retail business or hospitality, and it will give you all these statistics. Now the last one is what disadvantages do these have? So formal and informal comments and customer feedback, they could be biased. So maybe someone's super angry, so they're super negative, or maybe they just like love the store, so they're way more, I don't know, complimentary than they should be. And it also might not represent the whole population. Then we got staff feedback. So the staff may be biased as well. So maybe they don't want to speak their mind in case they lose their job, or, you know, they put a manager offside. Or they might be pretty grumpy because they don't like their job or whatever. And it could be time consuming to get feedback from all of the staff when they should be working. Government statistics. So because we haven't done this research, the government have, it might not specifically relate to what we're trying to find out. So it could lead to misinterpretations of what that information and what the data is actually saying. And it also may take some time to find out the original purpose and how it actually relates to your problem, your company's problem, if it actually relates at all. So that is question 8. Then we have question 9A. So in most cases, a combination of data types will be best to meet your research objectives. So having selected various data types in question 8, so what we wrote up here, which combinations of data types do you think will best inform the market research objectives? So basically, we know we are doing a survey for starters. So we can, we're going to be formulating the survey from the formal and informal comments and the customer feedback. And then by doing the survey, we are getting customer feedback. So definitely customer feedback. And then you might pair that with some industry data as well. So what's happening in the retail space at the moment in other department stores. You might do some competitor analysis and try to find their trends as well. And you might also pair that with some government statistics. So you're just saying that you're using a range of data types so that you're getting accurate information that is unbiased. Okay, then for 9B, as a researcher, you need to consider how you might go about collecting, gathering the data types you identified in question 8. So we're going to use the table below and list 4 data collection methods and explain why they would be suitable. Okay, so I've given you page 36 in the ebook to help you. So let's have a look. Okay, so here's the table that has this information in it for you. So online questionnaires is already there for you. Oh no, sorry, that was search the internet's already there for you. And then you're just explaining what this data gathering method is. Okay, so in the ebook, it gives you the advantages and disadvantages. So you might want to mainly focus on the advantages of the methods, but you just need to put those ones in. So there's online questionnaires. Main questionnaires would be like the actual printed versions. Telephone surveys is another option, maybe just observation or focus groups as well. There's existing literature also. So you just pick whichever ones of those to put in and then just say what the advantages are, or you could even Google an explanation of them as well. So I'll leave it there for this video and then go on to 10 in the next one.